We're going to do 3-2 today, study guide and intervention, looking at angles and parallel lines. So here's a good review for us. And from 3-1, I didn't put video notes up, but here's what we're talking about, okay? We're talking about corresponding angles, alternate interior angles, alternate exterior angles, and consecutive interior angles. Those are our big ones. I drew the letters of the shapes that they make. The F is corresponding, the Z is alternate interior, and the C is consecutive interior. Now, these top three, when you have parallel lines or congruent, that's a big deal. We need to know that. Okay, if you get consecutive interior angles, they're supplementary. They add up to 180. All right, so like this example, it says, hey, the measure of angle 2 is 75, so we can track all the way around and find all of these angle measures based on that. If 2 is 75, then so is 4, because they're vertical angles. If 2 is 75, then 1 is 105, because they're a linear pair. If 1 is 105, then 3 is 105, because they're vertical angles. Or you could have said 2 and 3 are linear pair. Easy stuff. I'm going to draw the F with angle 2 and angle 6 to get one of these bottom angles. That tells me angle 6 is 75 degrees, and then it tracks exactly the same way. 5 is 105 because 5 and 6 are linear pair. 8 is 75, 7, there you go, all the way around. Pretty simple stuff, okay? I did the same thing here. On this stuff, when you're doing this, you're going to start with an angle. So angle 3 is 102, and then it says tell what postulates or theorems you used. So all you're going to do there is use basically any of these, okay, or vertical angles, or, you can use linear pair if it shows up. All right, so if angle 3 is 102, they want us to find angle 5. Well, if you draw this, angle 3 and angle 5 makes the Z, right? So they're congruent. Alternate interior angles are congruent. So it's right up here. Got to know that. Okay, angle 6. Where's angle 6? Right here. That makes the C with angle 3, so they add up to 180. I'll move that up for you a little bit. If angle 3 is 102, then that makes angle 6 78 right there, because they're consecutive interior. All right, here we go. Angle 11. All right, sitting right over here. Well, with angle 3, that makes the F. If it makes the F, they're congruent, because that's corresponding angle. So if 3 is 102, then 11 is 102. All right, where are we at? Angle 4. I'm sorry, number 4, angle 7, my fault. Okay, angle 7 right here also makes an F with angle 3, just on different parallel lines. So angle 7 is 102, also corresponding, okay? Angle 15, all right, which is right here. Do this a couple of ways. I went, well, if angle 3 is 102, so is angle 1, because they're vertical angles, and angle 1 and angle 15 are alternate exterior angles. So that's how I got 102. Somebody in class today said, well, if 3 is 102 and 11 is 102, then I can draw the F with 11 and with 15 to get 102. That's where this corresponding angles came. Same answer, got there different ways. And then if angle 15 is 102, angle 15 and angle 16 are a linear pair. So you know that it's 78. It's kind of how it works. Pretty simple stuff. All right, so now apply some math to it. All right, when you're doing this math, it's important that if it's got X's in it, you stick them together or try to solve them together. And then if it's got Y's or Z's, you solve them together. Don't combine X's and Y's in the same problem. Go solve for one, plug it in, and solve for the other. All right, here we go. So I got 5X minus 5 and 4X plus 10. Okay, if you'll see, and I kind of drew it, there's the F. There's the F. So 5X minus 5 equals 4X plus 10. I did the math, got X equals 15. By the way, we're just finding the value of the variables. If X is 15, I can plug it back in. 5 times 15 is 75. 75 minus 5 is 70. So I now know I've got a linear pair right here. This part is 70, so this part's 110. So I did 6y minus 4 equals 110. We get y equals 19. Pretty simple. Okay, the other one I showed them a little bit tricky here, and I know you can't see this, but that says 3x right there. Okay, that says 3x. So the first thing I did, I set 3x and 5x minus 20 equal to each other because they're alternate interior angles. So those are congruent, right, based on what you've learned today. So we got x equals 10. Now, the one that was tricky to me, because you got a 2y and a 4y, but when you draw them, you don't get a letter. It's not quite a C. You needed this part as well to be a part of that C. So I plugged my 10 in for x and got that up here that this was 30 degrees. So this is 30. So that means that this plus this plus this equals 180. That's the math down here at the bottom. The 4y, the 2y, and the 30 make 180, and then we just solve. 6y equals 150, y equals 25. Okay, you can plug it in. You could be asked to plug it back in and tell what the angles are, but we don't have to on that. All right, that's how we can find angle pair relationships between parallel lines when you're cut by transversal. Thank you.